Who wants to start, guys?
Can we zoom in on the forward?
What, you must be delighted with that.
Pardon?
Can you tell us your reaction? You must be delighted.
Yeah, I am. The whole team is. The whole nation is. We should be very proud of those young men that just play footy. Yeah.
It's a massive turnaround from that opening game. We don't want to go over that, but I mean, you've obviously come a long way since then, haven't you?
This tournament was never about the first game, it's about the last game. You guys made it about the first game.
You still talking about that first game, Matt?
Not really. That's just all part of it. Again, we were never going to be at our best first game. As I said, it was always about building through the tournament. If we want to keep going through it, which I've been through it numerous times, obviously the scoreline wasn't great. Things didn't go away. We lost 3 or 4 players in the game. England were unreal. We were pretty ordinary. What more can we say about it? We've moved on.
Milf, you've been playing for Samoa for a long time. Is that the I suppose the highlight or the best moment?
Yeah, by far. That was obviously tonight we created history and for our small nation. Couldn't be more proud of the boys.
The way you came out, you got the jump on them. You came out with, I suppose, you looked like you had a lot of confidence and self-belief. Can you tell us about, I suppose, where that came from and what was driving it?
I think June set the tone during the week. We didn't want to get beat on effort and just wanted to look after each other out there tonight and make sure we played at our best, and I thought we'd done that really well tonight. And yeah, as I said before, I couldn't be more proud of the boys.
Those last couple of minutes we said you didn't want to get beat on effort ever, like I suppose the effort there was enormous, the pressure that you had to defend.
Yeah, like I said, June's touched it on during the week. We didn't want to be beaten off and just wanted to keep each other accountable and make sure we looked after each other tonight, and I thought we'd done that at a pretty high standard.
Joseph Sawali, incredible tonight. What have you made of working with him?
Sorry?
Joseph Swallow tonight had some incredible runs, really got you guys out of trouble in the backfield. What have you made of him, working through him for the last couple of games?
Yeah, he's a freak. No doubt about that, but I think he's just building. He's only going to get better, so yeah, sky's the limit for him.
Do you know how much does it mean to just still hear everyone going off out there?
Yeah, the emotions are through the roof. I think just listening to that now, it's pretty surreal for us. Both teams can be proud of what they achieved over the course of this whole week, pretty much over the course of the tournament, because we're seeing both cultures celebrating quite proudly all over the world, and I think that's part of our job about being role models within our communities. And we talk about it all the time about inspiring that next generation, and you can definitely be proud and say that it's heading in the right direction for us.
Junior, were you surprised to be put on your court and were you worried at all?
Not really. I was quite surprised with the penalty in general and where it was with how long we had left. But things are out of our control, and we just knew that we just had to keep turning up and keep producing those little 1% efforts.
Junior, is this what you dreamed of, this sort of reaction and atmosphere when you made the decision to commit to playing for Samoa?
I wouldn't say dream of it, because it was bound to happen. How we've been building over the past couple of weeks is certainly what's created that. The group that we've got downstairs in the sheds, we hate touching on it, but that first game was never indication on the belief that we had on the group. We just knew we just had to get some footy in us, and we're going to keep building each week. And we've seen over the last couple of weeks, we keep building in our performances, and that's exactly the direction we want to be heading.
Matt, Joseph was put on the court as well, I think, for lifting his knees. What would you make of that?
Oh, I'd be surprised if anything came of that. He was unbelievable, wasn't he, for a 19-year-old kid, his performance.
What are your thoughts on it?
Oh yeah, he's been unbelievable for our group. For a young man, he's been well schooled, well educated, and he's
very professional.
And he's certainly, I think he's enjoying the ride at the moment, which is good.
A lot of talk about him as a fullback. He did a pretty good impersonation one tonight. What is it?
He's a pretty good one, isn't he? I think he could be good in any position you put him in. You know, he's as Junior said, he's a professional. He's certainly got a long career ahead of him, which is going to be exciting to watch. And to think that he's been part of this, I'm pleased for him too, because obviously he could have chosen to play for Australia, obviously, and he committed to Samoa like a lot of these young men, which is very pleasing. And
Matt, there's been a lot of pressure on you, quite a bit of criticism of your coaching. How do you feel today, taking Samoa to the semi-final?
I don't worry about criticism, but I'm just proud for this group for what they've done. As we know, we knew what we had to do. Was we've improved as the competition's gone, so it's pleasing to be part of this group. I've got a lot of good coaches helping me, DJ and Radders too, still an amazing job, which I'm sure everyone would acknowledge in our group. So it's pleasing for everyone involved.
Haven't bothered you what's been said?
What do you make of England's progress in the tournament?
To be fair, I've only watched one game. That was the first one. It was pretty good. But they've to the home nations. Obviously down to the last four, so they've done pretty well. And they've won pretty convincingly in all games. So yeah.
Junior, before the game, the Sippy Towel and the Sippy Towel, is there any conversation between the two sides before to sort of coordinate? Because it was a pretty amazing spectacle and sight. But I mean, do you know what they're going to do, or is it all both done independently?
Yeah, no. They're heading out to the coin toss. There was talks about who was going to go first. I just spoke to Jace briefly about and just asked through the question out there if we wanted to do it together. I think it's a good sign of unity between the two nations and the support over rugby league in general. I think it's a really proud moment, and for myself too. My partner's Tongan, so the kids are half and half, so it's always going to be a tough conversation about who to support, but I think that's the best part about celebrating both cultures.
Matt, just a word on Tim Laffey, obviously brought in late because of the injuries and he's played in the big games. How have you found his progress in this tournament?
Great. He's probably in career best form. He's been he's a good fellow, Laff. He was obviously with Tony in 2013 here. He certainly had roller coaster ride. He's certainly a talented player, and as I said, he's in career best form. He's slotted straight in from week one.
There's a couple of his club teammates in that England squad. Have you been leaning on him a little bit this week?
Definitely. Yeah.
Lee Badford as well, because obviously he'll be coaching against these kind of players. Will he be a big part of preparation?
He will be. It's one of the reasons he's there. He's a big part of our preparation, Redders, and I'm sure he's looking forward to having another crack.
Yeah, he's fully committed to the cause, is he? Obviously doesn't mind playing against his home nation and knocking them out of the home tournament.
Doesn't seem to be.
Matt, just on Suwali again. Can you remember the last one that good, that young, and what role did you play in getting him to play for Samoa? Was it more him coming in?
Obviously any good player, young Samoan, we're keen to get. It was his decision. Obviously I've spoken to him. I won't go into it too many times, but it was his decision, like all their boys. So, but as I said, he's got a remarkable career ahead of him if he can stay injury free, and he's got all the tools. He's certainly got the drive, and he's certainly got his head screwed on. He's from a good family. They're all over here, which is pleasing. It's pleasing to see all the family over here. And just while you touched on it, I just want to give a quick shout out to all the Samoan guys that come and helped us do a pose during the week. Sri Matangi arranged for about 6 or 7 of them to come over, and it was unreal. They turned up in droves, so we were able to have a 13 on 13 opposed, so we really appreciate all you guys turning up, and thanks for your help. That win was for you too.
How much better can this team get, do you think?
We're building.
But do you think you'll need to improve from what you've shown today, which was terrific, for the next 2 games?
I think if we improve on today, we'll be in next week's match, and I'm sure we will.
Milf, do you think you're back playing your best when you're 3?
I'm certainly enjoying it. When I'm enjoying it, I know I'm at my best. So.
Pump your tyres up, bro.
Anthony, your opponents today, how excited are you to play with Isaiah Katoa at Redcliffe next year?
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't watched too much stuff on Tonga during this whole week, as it's more my preparation on how I can go to the game and making sure I do everything at training to be at my best tonight and just focus on ourselves.
Run pull up,
We're pretty busted. We're pretty bruising encounter, so we'll probably reassess it all tomorrow.
Grade 5 cork.
But I think I don't think anyone's going home, put it that way, which is pleasing. You know? So whatever. All good.
Thanks.
Thank you.